Welcome to War Thunder. What's up, dude? How y'all doing? Well, patch drop. Yay, everybody knows already. I don't know what to say. I mean, Gaijin, in their bullheadedness, refuses to listen to the community when it comes to the F-111. They're saying, oh, well, it doesn't need more advanced missiles, none of those arguments make any sense whatsoever. None. Zip. Nada. By the time the F-111 was in service, and this was in the middle of the Vietnam War, the AIM-9E was the minimum weapon used by the Air Force. It was no longer fielding the AIM-9B. And the reason it was no longer fielding the AIM-9B is because it had proven to be a substandard weapon against fighters. And the F-111 was the latest, the greatest, the most up-to-datest piece of equipment in the field. It was the newest plane to fly in that war. The F-105, its predecessor, was at that time in its decline because it had proven itself to be a good bomber, but very susceptible to getting into dogfights which it would lose. And it was armed with the AIM-9E. This plane was actually fielded as a bomber. High altitude, dump the payload on the target. Now, Gaijin has given it air-to-air missiles of the worst sort. The only thing they could have done to make it worse would have to given it the AIM-4s. If they had given it AIM-4As or AIM-4Bs, it would have been just about the same as dropping their pants and dumping a load on your computer keyboard. That's about how bad the AIM-4 would be if they had put it on this plane. Luckily, this plane never carried the AIM-4. Now, it has the radar to be able to use the AIM-7, but the AIM-7 was never fitted to the aircraft. And another thing, that trapeze arrangement in the bomb bay to put a couple of more AIM-9Bs in was never fitted to the aircraft. It was designed by General Dynamics. It was tested out on models, but it was never employed by the Air Force. Ergo, never fitted to the airplane. Why we have it in game, I still don't know. Another case of Horton 229. And then I saw the problem that Ash put out. Great YouTuber, by the way. If you like what I'm doing, go watch Ash. He's better. Loaded it up with 4 gun pods and you can't maneuver the wings. Loaded it up with 2 gun pods, you can't maneuver the wings. Now, I was going to buy this plane. Flat out, just gonna dump the Golden Eagles and get it into my inventory and then do a few of the basic upgrades to it, and then start playing with it. I won't do that. Probably won't, even once I do the work to put this in my inventory, I won't be playing it, because Gaijin has turned it into a steaming pile of dog doo-doo. When you're loaded with your max bomb load, you can't go max speed. When you put a regular bomb load on there and give it a couple of missiles, the missiles are useless. So why bother? Which means you're going to be flying directly into the face of aircraft that have far better missiles and are just as fast. So why bother? It's a bomber that I would love to see properly accoutramented, but Gaijin has decided to flip us all off with the big middle finger and say, nope, this is why we can't have nice things. Other than that, the model's beautiful. And the ejection of the capsule is quite amusing. I like it. It's actually one of the best animations in the game. But beyond that, I really don't have a whole lot of use for the F-111A. Huge disappointment. Matter of fact, it's a massive disappointment. And I used to watch these things coming off the bombing range at Fort Drum. They were beautiful aircraft. Now, none of them were carrying live bombs. They all did radar bombing, which doesn't involve any explosives, because they didn't want to have problems and end up flying over upstate New York and dropping bombs on places where they shouldn't drop. But they were beautiful planes. Loud as hell. But this plane, it's going to be a hangar queen. There aren't going to be a lot of players that are going to use this. It's not going to be of much use in ground battles. And it surely won't be of much use in air battles. So, there you have it. I wonder how it'll do in the simulator. And even simulator players are probably going to be a mite bit upset with the AIM-9Bs, because they are, like I said, borderline useless at this battle rating. 10.3 at an absolute minimum. It should be AIM-9Es, if not AIM-9Js or Ps. This Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow. Enjoy the patch, people. Subdude. Out!